Hello, my name is Mordred Viking, and I'd like to welcome you to this stream of Hearts of Iron 4, and I am peaking horrifically, so my sound systems must have gotten reset again. Give me just a second. Yep. Don't know why, I haven't even turned my computer off. Okay, so that should be a lot better. Yeah, we're not peaking anymore. Marvellous. Why did that reset? No idea. What song was that? That was Fires Fade by, of course, Miracle of Sound. So, yes, we are playing as the Uck in Hearts of Iron 4, Man the Guns. And things aren't going well. You may notice that a certain very large country to our immediate south has already fallen. 6 months before they historically fell. So I built a bigger army than I usually build as the UK. I was like, okay, we could probably hold on to Belgium with this. Sent them across, held on to Belgium for longer than Belgium held out for. And then Italy basically took France out. I was like, oh, come on. And because I was still trying to hold kind of this section, we were completely cut off from the coast. I hadn't left enough troops up here in the north. So all 24 divisions gone. Also, I can very happily say that submarines definitely work, because I sent a relief force to Egypt, which was going to be a large group of motorized units in order to thunder across the desert. They were also destroyed en route by submarines somewhere off the coast of North Africa, around there somewhere. So, yeah, everything I've tried to do so far has been a giant failure. It's not been good. It's really not been good. But the Navy has been doing its job. We've actually taken out the German surface fleet already, because I was rather more aggressive and went into the eastern North Sea rather than just sticking around in my own territory. We are starting to lose submarines in the Atlantic. So the war at the Atlantic has definitely started. We are also losing a lot of aircraft. For a very long time, for the first 6 months of the war, I had no manpower. Because we went to total mobilization, we only had 50,000 manpower anyway, and we weren't able to get women in the workforce for a while because of the political power situation. However, the entire British Empire are dominions, but they are dominions with extremely low autonomy, because we have already done the Imperial Federation, so we could actually start annexing our minions if we need to. That's a possibility open to us. Right now I don't want to, because that's just a whole bunch more micromanagement I don't really want to deal with right now. But if we need, for example, resources or factories or something like that, then we can do that. It's an option open to us. We are now trying to mass produce Supermarine Hurricanes. I was trying to blend Spitfire and Supermarine there, didn't work. We have got a couple, well, we've got a large segment of motorized, large segment of light tanks, so I think we're going to go for an almost exclusively motorized army. Now, I just realized these guys could probably have done with being motorized. I wonder, is there a way of my changing that right now? I don't think so. No. Well, in the future we can hire some. In fact, we have spare manpower. Let's start getting some motorized divisions, and we will need to see if I can sneak those over to Africa. We might need to take a very long route and go in via South Africa, though. How many motorized do I have? We have tons. Alright, let's build up 10. One more. Okay, that's what we can afford. Probably because we're out of infantry equipment. The infantry units I'm going to keep in the UK to try and give us a bit of defense. We have managed to build a couple of units already, and we have several exile forces. Actually, the majority of our army right now are exiles, and this is part of the new exiled governments mechanic, where nations which have fallen can basically be hosted by another nation, and then they can start using their troops and recruiting more as the legitimacy goes up. So we have quite a few Poles, we have quite a few Free French, plus Free France itself continues to fight, of course, and the Netherlands continues to fight over here in Indonesia. So there are still options. Globally, we're doing okay. In continental Europe, we're doing terribly, and also China has already fallen. It's 1940. How have things gone so badly? This is kind of insane, but hey, that's where things are right now. And actually, I should probably try to send more troops to the Dominion of India. Although, because India is now a Dominion rather than a puppet, they should be able to get more troops, because they will be industrializing more rapidly. That is one of the upsides. Right. The other thing of note is we are building lots and lots of destroyers, because, like I said, the battle for the Atlantic has well and truly begun, and we kind of need to take the initiative there. Right now, it's not going particularly well. Fairly certain the Hurricanes were Hawker, not Supermarine. Historically, yeah. But we are Supermarine. Oops, Supermarine. Which is why I was kind of making the differentiation there. And we have a factory available, which I think is going to be dedicated to... guns, because I think I need to start sending weapons to my allies. What are we constructing right now? We're still doing dockyards. That seems entirely reasonable. And we are clearly being bombed already. Fantastic. However, I can get air wings up. Do we have surplus of fighters? Nope. Okay, so it's fighters we need the most right now. We need to seize control of the skies. So let's go back down to 15 for that. We're going to go times 5s, and we're going to add another 5 factories here. Our efficiency isn't dreadfully high, but that can improve. No, I don't think I waited too long either. Part of it is my infantry were a hell of a lot slower than I was kind of expecting, despite the fact that we have got... Oh no, we didn't take them in the end. Oh, I was kind of playing like we had Alan Brooke already, but we didn't. Right, because I did the Imperial Conference instead, which cost me like 400 political power. And also, I didn't have my motorized here, because I tried to send the motorized to North Africa, because North Africa was not doing well. Yeah, not good. That was the other thing that's happened, is there is now another front over here against Vichy. So, do we have spare troops on this border? We do. So I'm going to have to steal 2 of your guys. Sorry. New army. And we are going to add you to this. You know what? No, we're not. That's silly. What we're going to do is we're going to create a fallback line here. No, that's also silly. We're going to create a fallback line here. And if I have to retake it, I'll do it by sea. And then this needs to be somebody defensive, like Neil Ritchie. Connor, you'll do. And I'm hoping that we can take out Ethiopia. Once Ethiopia has fallen, then we can shift our forces back over towards Egypt. Who are you? My reserve fleet. There's 10 of them. Where are you going? More to the point, why are you over in Africa? You're not my reserve fleet. My reserve fleet has 1 ship in it. What? Who are you? Moving this task force to merge. Not that way, you're not. Go home, you're drunk. Which kind of begs the question, where are you? You're in Gibraltar. Why are you in Gibraltar? Oh, I see my reserves being moved away from Belfast. Well, that's not helpful. Alright, now should get that sorted. We have decisions to make, I think. MacDonald proposal. Ireland gets the event MacDonald proposal. Change of popularity, democracy +3, stability -5. Invoke the alliance of 1373. That would bring Portugal in. Worker conditions would improve stability. I think maybe we do want to do worker conditions. And also we're going to want British austerity sooner rather than later. Alright, let's go. Let's do this. Did I know Finland had some hurricanes, but so did the Soviets? Sadly, no hurricane versus hurricane action happened. Ah. Apparently if you go King's Party with a morganatic marriage, an event can happen during the war where Wallace and Edward are killed and you can get George VI anyway. Ah, interesting. Yeah, I've just started. You haven't really missed much. Just kind of the overview and reminder of what came before. So how bad is the air battle looking? We've actually... Oh, we lost Malta. I mean, not lost, we just lost the air battle over Malta. There's going to be a hell of a lot of competition going on for this anyway. But I have like 3 aircraft carriers currently serving in this region. I just need more destroyers. I need to get more recon. That's really been where I've been struggling, is recon, to find A, submarines, and B, stuff to shoot at. Okay, and then we also have all of those. Am I saving political power for anything right now? I think I do want to get Brooke in charge of the army. That plus 15 division speed is going to be very, very useful, especially in North Africa. We're going to out-blitzkrieg the blitzkriegers. Still can't believe Germany was outmaneuvering me so hard. I mean, I should have expected it, but those were infantry versus infantry. Meanwhile, how's your fight here going? The Dutch leader in exile offers service. Jacobus Custons. Fight's not over yet. So is Jacobus any good? There lies the question. He is a media personality. Infantry leader, that's good. Especially for exile forces. Hold on. Who's my current exile commander? It's the Polish guy, isn't it? But the Polish guy is motorized, if I remember correctly. Yeah, he is. Although his infantry forces get experience quicker. So he's going to be infantry and motorized. That's a terrible combination. I think Jacobus might actually take over command here. Although he has less supply consumption. But if we're fighting in Europe, that matters less. Yeah, I think Jacobus is going to be in charge of that force. And then once we have got the motorized, I might put Petrowski in charge of that. Although these are going to be my forces, they're not going to be exile forces. So I probably have somebody who can do motorized already. But then again, I may not. Oh, Dempsey's back. Right. Howard Alexander is a really good commander.
Ready to move.
Campbell's not bad either. I'm going to put Dempsey in charge here. Well, this is very likely to be a mobile war. Chamberlain's gone. Yeah, we can bring in Dempsey. With the war developing to the detriment of us and our allies, really, the Prime Minister has come under fire for both his peacetime and wartime decisions at critical junctions. At a moment when Britain needs to stand united more than ever, it finds itself divided as portions of the government, or portions of Parliament holds Chamberlain in contempt. Lacking vital support from Labour, the Prime Minister has made the decision to resign, favouring Lord Halifax as his replacement. However, Halifax has been sceptical and Chamberlain has advised the King to call on Winston Churchill. Churchill, who has long warned of the war, is now upon us, and is believed capable of leading us through it. The British Bulldog, political power gain +5, war support +10, and also stability +10, war support +10. That is a very powerful combo. So we now have 100% war support. So we're really good at fighting on core territory. Unfortunately, that's not going to be much of a deal. Mobilization speed +30% is very useful, though. And we can now basically trade in war support in exchange for stability. Eglins. I kind of like how far south this campaign's gone already. Will make the victory that much sweeter. Yeah, exactly. I don't remember Churchill being quite so strong. I think that they've definitely kind of taken a leaf from Kaiserreich's book and made the ministers and leaders a lot more interesting. Alright, so how's the training going? You are ready. I mean, we could send the exiles off to go and fight somewhere. What are the bonuses the exile divisions get? Exile government, is that a legitimacy thing? No. Huzzah! Poet, thank you very much for the resubscription. 5 months now, nice one, thank you so much. Check out the decisions for Churchill to make speeches. Oh, is that a thing now? Awesome. I'll take a look in a second. Occupying Polish cause. German Reich is occupying Polish cause. Polish exile veteran divisions get combat bonuses against them. I guess that means against Germany in particular. I suspect I'm going to be fighting Italy predominantly. So I'm going to keep the exiles in reserve for when we actually go to fight against Germany. And also, I should note that exiles led by an exile commander get even more bonuses. So Jacobus is going to give exile divisions another 10%, and his own exiles, so if there are any Dutch forces in his army, they'll have a plus 15% attack and defense, plus the bonus already granted for exile divisions fighting against the Germans. So exiles are going to hit hard, but there's going to be a very limited number of them. Yeah, I definitely want to emphasize the motorized forces now. How are we doing for equipment? We are short on fighters, we're short on AT, but I'm actually building AT. I think we can start training in some more motorized. Just do the one run. What are you short on? Infantry equipment. You are short on that. Oh, yeah, you are actually. Fair enough. Oh, man, they are crushing my convoy. Even here! How are you crushing my convoys there? I'm down 600. We've lost 400 already. Let's take a look at the naval aspect. Get back to training, damn it. You are supposed to be merged. Now where are you going? Alright, so home defense is done. We have no reserves. All of the reserves have just been sent out, apparently. Okay. So, over here. Prepare for the inevitable. Factory output plus 5%, military factory construction speed plus 10. Definitely would be useful, but I think I want to go for issue gas masks and then the military training act so I can get rid of the war to end all wars modifier. So let's go ahead and issue the gas masks. That's going to give us some more war support and also base stability. Maybe I want to hold off on that. So one of the things I can do is basically trade in war support for stability. Also, I need to take a look at the speeches. There are a lot of decisions. Flipping hell. War measures, factory conversion. No, that's not it. That is consumer goods. That's not it. We can do propaganda, which is war support. What was wars, lend lease? Here we go. Okay, so that's factory output. Promises of peace is the war support. Can't do that while you're at war, though. Because it was promises of peace that I was repeatedly doing with Poland, I think. Polish parliamentary speech. That trades in daily political power for legitimacy of those countries. The higher I get their legitimacy, the more troops I'm going to get from them. Joint Polish-British training. That's just experience. I'm basically trading telephones for experience. Weapons for the Luxembourg resistance. Lose 75 infantry equipment. Luxembourg gains them. Oh, their partisans get stronger. For 120 days. Interesting. So I need 1,000 guns to make France get more partisan growth. I don't think I want to do that just yet, but later on when I actually start forcing Germany to spread their strength, then we can certainly do it. And we do also want to at some point request control of the Dutch Navy. I'm not seeing the Churchill speeches, though. Operation Catapult. British demand French fleet. Oh, that's the French fleet thing. I can do that now? Apparently I can. French fleet has fallen into the hands of Vichy France. We cannot allow for it to fall into German hands, no matter how sickening. We must demand the immediate surrender of our former allies' navy under threat of bombardment. Yeah, I think we are going to have to do that one. Getting control of the French fleet would be huge. But I don't know if they're already using it, or how exactly that one works. I feel like that should have happened as soon as Vichy fell. Have we fortified Suez? We have now fortified Suez. Good. Now, what is required to blow Suez up? That's another question. One of the following must be true. Have control of Cairo or Sinai. Crap, they only need one side or the other, they don't need both. I was kind of assuming that they would need both. Alright, well, your fallback line then is going to have to be on the other side. First speeches in political actions. Oh, there it is. See it now. Gain stability, gain war support. I have nothing to offer but blood, toil, tears and sweat. You ask what is our policy, and I will say, it is to wage war, by sea, land and air, with all our might and all our strength that God can give us, to wage war against a monstrous tyranny never surpassed in the dark and lamentable catalogue of human crime. That is our policy. You ask, what is our aim? I can answer in one word. Victory! Victory at all costs. Victory in spite of our terror. Victory, however long and hard the road may be. For without victory, there is no survival. Terrible, terrible, terrible version of that speech. Much better in person. Thing is, I don't need the war support right now. Oh, it's the peace thing, isn't it? Okay, it's going to be kind of wasted. Sod it, I'm speaking. The Oscar goes to Mordred. No, that was a terrible rendition. More convoys? No, we sank some submarines. Excellent. I should note that my own submarines are currently in the Mediterranean, which I am... Fuck. Japanese? Not all Japan, am I? No. Where's Japan over here? That had me worried because Japan has a border with India. And it's making me very nervous how India's not even fortifying it. Xinjiang, are you part of Japan? Xinjiang is independent. That's good. Yeah, India, I'm gonna have to ask for some of your units here. I'm not going to ask for all of them, I'm going to ask for like 10.
Ready to move! Attention!
Oh, we don't have a border. Thank you, Himalayas. Or is that a border? Yunnan is a puppet. Xinjiang is not.
Ready to move.
So these 10 are going to be given... Why is Richie my armor officer? He's also like the most defensive. Wait, is that another Petrowski? Do I have 2 of those? No. Oh, it's just got the wrong icon for some reason. Horrocks can be in charge of this. So we do need to fortify the Yunnan front. How many provinces is that? Lots. Well, right now I'm not going to bother with that bit. Although, if we go to war with them, then it is going to be that bit. Well, right now we're just going to defend this, and if I have to defend down that side, I will do so. This should at least just buy me some time. Luxembourg exile leader offers service. After a long and hazardous journey through neutral-held territory in several neutral states, Nicholas Thornus has finally arrived. We'll have to see how Thornus is. So Monty is my international commander, and then Auchinleck is my African. Okay. Right, let's have a look to see how good that guy is. How good's Luxembourg at fighting? Oh, now he's got it. Nicholas Thornus. Organizer, planning speed, and he's cautious. So he's got increased planning speed, but also decreased planning speed. He's just very unlikely to get wounded in combat, and he's got just... In fact, I think all of the exiled commanders have the same stats. Oh no, Montanak has different ones. Montanak's going to be my motorized commander. Attack 4. There we go, I found my motorized guy. Cool. Yeah, I know I can use Canadian and Anzacs. I just don't have any need to right now. I mean, I am using the South Africans. I'm kind of waiting until we fight Japan to call on Australia and New Zealand. Meanwhile, Free France is fighting down there. Convoys, convoy, aeroplane. Giving, taking down here in the Mediterranean. How are we doing for planes? We're still short on fighters. I need more fighters. I think they're simply just outproducing us right now. Oh, right, yeah, I have access to medium tanks now. That's true. How fast are medium tanks? Maximum speed 8, and if I remember correctly, motorized to max speed 12. And Matildas are max speed 12. So the light tanks will make the most with the motorized, though I might want to have some heavy motorized effectively. Or I can just wait until mechanized becomes a thing and then use those. I have a build slot. It's 1940. Oh, I know what I need. Spitfires! Or the upgraded destroyer. Either would be good.